Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, where we're for once not in person. I think it's been a while since we've.
It is weird doing it like this again.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had to do this, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's hope the internet connection holds.
Yeah. It's going to be the norm, folks.
Please.
So
yeah, get
deal with
used to it, unfortunately. But we'll find. We've done it before. We did it throughout the whole, pretty much lockdown, so we can manage it now. It's no problem.
Yes.
And to ease ourselves back into to this online world, we're celebrating Doctor Who Day. Yay!
Wait, that's today?
It's
Oh,
today.
No.
It's
It's
today.
8:30 p.m. I've missed it.
How did you miss it?
Oh, no.
Yes, I don't know when this will go out, probably tomorrow. But we're recording this on the 23rd of November, which is the official 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. So congrats, Doctor Who. You are now officially a senior citizen.
Yeah.
Good for
This
you.
time, 10 years ago, we were attending a quiz.
Oh, a terrible. Good for them for trying, but
Yeah.
not good enough. That's probably why I can't remember much from that night. I think I've just blocked the memory.
Fair. There's a lot of adrenaline going through us that night as well. Once I
certainly was.
Getting with it. That was like the second time I'd ever been like in the same room in person, I think.
It was, yeah, and fun. But the time before was also Doctor Who. So
10 long years ago.
It's been a while.
Fresh faced, fancy free.
Yeah, carefree, still in college.
Yeah.
The whole world before us, and now look where we are.
Now here we
10
are.
years later.
Oh,
God, terrible.
Snoozing my alarm 6 times before I get up.
yeah, that's the adult life. But yes, we're still talking about Doctor Who. They've done a whole load of little teasers and trailers and big things for this show. They've done a nice little 1 minute sort of video with Paul McGann narrating it, which I think is I really like it.
That was my favorite thing to come from today. I think that was really good.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people were giving.
Admittedly, I haven't watched the clip from the Star Beast they put out because I'm going to wait. But...
no, fair enough. Yeah, a lot of people were giving them stick that they didn't have much Paul McGann content in their little montages. But they were clearly saving him.
You got 4 lines of full in this video.
Yay!
There you go. What more do you want?
They released the clip from the Star Beast as well, which I've seen a couple of times now, and I quite liked it. I think it's a fairly tame clip. It's probably from the start of the episode, but I won't talk more about it.
I can't imagine it's too spoilery.
No, I don't think so. So yeah, that's all been fun. They've got the colorization of the Daleks going out probably as we speak, I think, which is fun. They're re-showing Adventure in Space and Time, which came out 10 years ago as well, which is also very emotional. And I think the 5-ish Doctors as well is being shown after that, which is also quite fun.
Awesome.
Also to celebrate, Totally Doctor Who is here, everyone.
Finally.
Yeah.
They gave the people what they wanted. A very cringy TV show.
Oh, I watched 2 episodes of that this morning, and oh boy. I don't know what it was, but well, we'd already seen episode 1 fairly recently. We watched it on YouTube, and they make Noel Clarke fight a kid in a quiz, and Noel Clarke beats the kid, and it's absolutely savage.
And also wins in the quiz.
Yeah. And then episode 2, they had David Tennant on. He didn't fight the child. It was 2 kids against each other, and he was like the quiz host.
They can't. They just we can't have the Doctor beat this child. We just can't do it.
and then Noel Clarke is back for episode 3, and he's fighting kids again. He's like, "Oh, I'm taking you on," and I was like, "Oh, what's it? Is it like a requirement for him when he comes on the show?" He's like, "No, I must be seen to beat a child in a quiz." But he lost this one, and the kid was not holding back. He was like, "Wee." So
that kid was never seen again after that day.
Yeah, but if you want a good hit of 2006 nostalgia, I think it was when this came out, go and give it a little watch. It's certainly of its time, and it's it won't happen again, unfortunately. But it was fun.
Thank God.
I know. They've also revealed some a water special effects show in Cardiff Bay by the looks of it.
I did see that.
Which is a very strange thing, but is very fun. I'm in Cardiff on Saturday for a concert, so I'm going to hopefully try and see if I can get down there and have a little look. But I don't know if my timing's going to quite line up, but I'll give it a go. And that debuted a little glimpse of Ncuti, a new clip of Ncuti again. One of 3 clips of Ncuti.
Yeah, we've got quite a few glimpses of him today.
Yeah, we've seen him and Ruby sort of running through a spaceship into the TARDIS. We've seen him crying.
Yeah,
which coming. Looks like that'll be fun. And we've also seen another clip of Ruby sort of outside the TARDIS. So pretty tame shots. They're probably from the Christmas special more than anything.
Yeah.
But even with that, even with the way they're framed and stuff, you can tell that there's already a bit of budget behind it. The way they've sort of shot it and the way they're done, you can tell it's certainly a different vibe to what we've had.
It does look like a Disney Plus show now, for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, in a good way, in the fact that the money's there, not the fact that they're in the volume every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yet.
Until we get 50 spin-offs and everyone's get bored of it. Yeah.
Everyone's in the volume, yeah. But with that, there's still more to come. We still haven't had the 360th anniversary specials yet. They kick off on Saturday. Don't want them anymore. I'm full. Thank you, Doctor Who. No more.
Yeah, I'm good. Skip them, I think.
So that starts with the Star Beast on Saturday. This Saturday, it's on BBC iPlayer, BBC One, and I think it's being simulcast on Disney Plus. There's still a bit of confusion whether or not it's going to be like live streamed as live, so people like watch it as a live event, or if it's just going to be it's up at that time. Now you can watch it. Obviously, the issue is if it goes up at that time, people will skip to the end and be like, oh, they won't watch the whole thing. But that's the streaming age. If it's going on the streaming platform straight away, it kind of has to just go on normally. But we'll see how they do it. It probably won't impact us too much because we'll be watching the episode and not looking at social media as we go. So it'll be fine. But what are you expecting at the very least out of this first episode, especially given David and Russell being on the press tour recently talking about all three specials? What are you expecting out of this first one?
Out of the Star Beast?
Yeah.
I'm expecting like just your run-of-the-mill Doctor Who adventure. I think that's kind of what I think we've been led to believe it is, which I guess would make sense, to welcome people back. Like this is kind of what the show's all about. This is the new norm. Again, I don't know how much story there can be when you're like introducing a new Doctor and reintroducing a companion who hasn't been in it for 15 years and like seeing what she's been up to and the whole situation with her, explaining to people who don't know who Donna is, like what's going on with her.
That'll be done in the previously section, though. It's fine.
Yes, that's great. I'm glad we're getting that. And yeah, so I think they're going to be doing a lot of that kind of stuff, which is going to take up some time. So I think having like a plot going on with like the Meep and the Bug Boys, all of that. I think it will be kind
Warriors.
That's the one. The Ice Warriors.
Yes.
They're
I
just
wish.
kind of So I think it would kind of be like a fairly simple plot with them, just to kind of establish like, okay, this is the dynamic, these are the characters, and then we can actually go crazy with the other two once we kind of see where everything's going with them, essentially. So yeah, I'm not expecting like, oh my god, this is the weirdest thing in the world. I think it will just be like an hour-long episode of Doctor Who, as we've gotten a few before, quite a few hundred, in fact, episodes of Doctor Who before. You may be surprised to know, but yeah,
so almost 1,000 episodes of Doctor Who. Too many episodes of Doctor Who.
Yes, basically.
Time to stop. No more.
Yes.
Thank you, Disney Plus, but no more money. Thank you.
Yeah,
we're done.
We're good. I think we should just cancel it. To be honest, we've done enough. So yeah, I'm just kind of expecting your run-of-the-mill, hopefully fun time, and that can kind of be the foundations on which the other two specials will probably rise to higher heights.
Yeah, I think this is an easy one to get people in, to reintroduce them. I think they kind of, at least they can kind of skip a couple of steps with Donna and David Tennant, because people will at least sort of know them straight from the off. A lot of the audience are probably going to know who they are anyway. So they can kind of skip and assume, and it looks like from the trailer at least that Shirley and Bingham, her character, I think, is that her, the character's name, Shirley?
I don't know.
That character, the one that David's talking to in the weird industrial like unit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's how they're going to be like, oh, remember Donna? This is Donna, and then there's going to be a new character. There's clearly a new character there where the exposition could come from. And they'll do like a previously on thing, which is fine, as long as it's not just previously on series 4. As long as they also do previously on Doctor Who, and they do series 4, but they also say here's also what the Doctor did between now and then. Because the other thing that came out that we completely didn't talk about that caused a big stir was the Children in Need scene.
Of course,
that made a massive stir. But in that one, I think a lot of people we kind of saw the 14th Doctor for proper, I guess. And while there is a lot of 10 in there, I think there is still enough. You can see a lot of 13 in there as well. I think especially when he comes out and he does the whole "well, hey" type thing. I think that's maybe it's 10 because it's David Tennant's face, but it feels very 13 in that as well, which I quite like. There is the whole thing around Davros, and he has legs now. Maybe I think the only way we're going to be able to see how substantial that is if he appears again. I think if he doesn't show up for another 5 years, then people will forget about it and it'll be fine. Funny enough, Russell's spoken about the Daleks being overused, so we'll see if he actually does mean that and if he shows up anytime soon. But we will see if Davros turns up and if he is walking as per usual. I think I've got no problem with them change. I think then if there's a story reason for why he's changed to be leggable. I think it's fine. I think they could easily say he's a genius scientist. They could just say, "Oh, I made some legs for myself. It's taken me 60 years.
The last
I made some legs for myself."
The last time we saw him, he absorbed some of the Doctor's regeneration stuff. So just say
I regenerate my legs.
Magical powers and now you can walk again is also a very harmful trope. So maybe I think either way, it's not going to go down well. There's problems with however you're going to do it. But I think there must be plans for him. Otherwise, why would they do that special?
Why would they do it?
I would say.
Yeah.
I would argue.
Yeah,
so it will be intriguing to see how that all pans out.
And I mean, like that aside, I think having that Davros is scary enough in itself. I don't think you need to put him in the half Dalek and make him have the weird face. Like Julian Bleach's performance in that is, you get enough sense there that if he's given something serious to work with, that's going to be a powerhouse performance. So I don't have any concerns about it ruining, the threat or the appeal of Davros, because I think you can see that humanoid characters and villains are threatening. They can be. They don't have to have a something about them to be the threat. They can be just a normal person, quote unquote normal person. The Master is a prime example. He's just a humanoid, and he's still has scenes where he's super threatening. You saw Sacha Dhawan in the past 3 years. That's just a normal guy. He's just a normal little guy.
I guess now the danger is that those two are just the same character.
Yes, yeah. Then I think the difference between the two is that Davros is literally a mad scientist, whereas the Master is just mad. But that can make for a fun double act. Like one's like just the Master, just like super fun, having a fun time, and Davros is just there like sat like pissed off constantly.
It's that meme about that vibrating person, and the other one's like that.
Exactly.
When Missy poked him in the eye, he can just be like, "I will never forgive you for that."
Yeah, exactly. We've had obviously the Master Missy Davros interaction, but we've not really had a proper clash with those two, I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Even in Classic Who. So there's some scope there for that. But yeah, that came out. It went down. I think the overall scene went down pretty well. People obviously annoyed about stuff said in the Doctor Who Unleashed afterwards, but that is what it is. I think people appreciated the scene. It was for a charity event. It was supposed to be a little bit more tongue in cheek, which I think it was successfully.
Very much so, yeah.
So I think it's fine. But then we've still got 2 more episodes to go. Still 2 more coming up. God, I know we've got bloody Christmas. The one we don't know much about is Wild Blue Yonder. This is the one that everyone's like, "Oh, what's it going to be?" And
this is the 60th anniversary special, I think.
Yes, I do think so. I think this is the one that people will be rewatching. I think this will be the rewatch one that if people are going to rewatch any of the 3, it's probably going to be this one, which is interesting. It might not be. It might have been, it might be nothing. We don't know what it is. We don't know where they've gone, what's going on. So what do you want to kind of see from that episode? If this is the 60th one, what would you want to see?
Matt Smith. Next.
Yes.
I just, as long as one episode does feel like the 60th,
Yeah.
you know, I think that's kind of a requirement for this, I would say. And
Yeah.
I really do think this will be the one. You know, Wild Blue Yonder, I think just feels like 60th anniversary title-ish to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously this is the one they've been very, very tight-lipped about. We've barely seen anything
Yep.
from it other than like a weird robot thing that's going to be in it at some point.
Yes, and that was only
and
on
that was
like a Target
promotional,
novelization thing. Yeah,
like a promotional poster and stuff for it. And so
yeah.
we know nothing about this one.
But
Some of the guest cast
Russell
is redacted. We just don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. He said that it's like one of the. He said it's not scary, but it's weird, and like high concept or whatever. So I just don't know what that means. That to me, that can only be like the Doctor is viewing his time, because there is a bit where he seems like he's in a chair and he's like looking at stuff. So maybe it's literally it's a clip. Maybe it's a clip show. Maybe that's what it is.
It might literally be
it's just a clip show.
They ran out of time. Like, just make it a clip show.
Yeah, just do it a clip show. I think it won't be a clip show, but I think it'll have a similar vibe in that it might revisit past things and be, you know, maybe there's an element of, you know, when the Great Intelligence jumped to the time stream and did a similar thing where he went back to change him. Maybe there's a similar thing going on here. But yeah, this will be the one to do it. And they've not been marketing this as multi-Doctor. They definitely haven't been marketing the thing. They haven't mentioned any multi-Doctors. The closest we've got is the shooty sort of tease at the end of the trailers. But other than that, there's been no sort of mention of, oh yeah, there's going to be other Doctors in here. Unlike the 50th, which was heavily, yes, there's 3 Doctors in this. This is a big one.
He's back.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they do go down that route, and it'll be interesting to see how the weird little robot guy plays into it as well.
Yeah, he's projecting the clip show.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's it. This is it. If it's not a clip show now, it's getting 0 out of 10. Because if it's not what I want it to be, it's bad.
Yeah,
so therefore
absolutely.
0 out of 10. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final episode, which again, Russell said that all of these are. Originally in the one show he said, he's like, oh, these are all standalone. But now, like in an interview, I think yesterday, he's like, oh, but they all cliffhang into each other. I'm like, so what are they, Russell? Are they all standalone, or do they all lead into each other? Which it can't be both.
Who did you like more that you told the truth to, and who did you hate that you lied to?
Yeah, exactly. So the third one, which again I think we've seen little bits of, especially if the main antagonist, Neil Patrick Harris as the toy maker, is only in this episode, then we've seen, I would say, probably a fair bit out of this episode.
We've seen a lot of like the outdoor filming of like a particular bit.
Yes, and a lot of that's been in the trailers for it. Obviously we've got Neil Patrick Harris on his big gun, which we've seen. Him in his little Nutcracker uniform running, etc. So we understand that this is probably the third one, unless he will be in both. But yeah,
he could very easily be in Wild Blue Yonder for sure.
He could. I mean, he could.
He might be the cause of maybe some 60th-ish.
It wouldn't. It's been a long, you know, since the first trailer came out, everyone's been speculating that he'll be behind everything.
He could. I think he could easily have like the role of like a Sherlock villain. He's like has minor roles in previous episodes. Then the finale, he's like the main.
It's him. Yeah, very much so. Mycroft, not Mycroft. Moriarty and Mycroft's brother. Moriarty in series 2.
Augustus Magnuson. In series 3. Vibe.
Trying to remember which one
the
was
sister
the swimming
in
pool.
series 4.
Of course. Oh, how could I forget the sister of series? How could I forget series 4? Notoriously well reviewed series 4.
Excellent series 4. Definitely not 2 out of 3 kind of rubbish ones.
Definitely not the series 4 that killed the show, because people just suddenly went, oh, you know what? I've had enough Sherlock. It's okay. We don't need to anymore.
Apart from the 5 people who still ask Moffat for it every day.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's gonna happen. We don't want it to happen.
Not with the bigger stars that they are now. That won't happen. But yes, the final episode is called The Giggle. The weird puppet thing's been featuring in a lot of the promo art as well. So we'll see how that falls into it. Yeah, I mean, for this one, all I want to see is just a resolution to this to the arc. Obviously, I want to know how. Well, I think based on leaks, it'll be a very interesting end. We won't go into the leaks now, but they're out if you want to. But based on the leaks, it'll be very interesting and very divisive. But I noticed a lot of the things recently be like, embrace the new stuff, and I'm like, why are you telling us that, Doctor Who Twitter?
Or write stuff people will like.
There is that, isn't there? But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm looking forward to Neil Patrick Harris's.
I do find the Embracer news, I think, hilarious, considering like David Tennant, Donna.
Oh yeah, I know.
No.
It is strange. I mean, I guess you could argue that regenerating into an old face is new, but
it's not.
But yeah, I get it. But it's fine. I think Russell's a very self-aware showrunner in the fact that he'll know that if people just won't like his stuff, and he just similar to Chibnall, he won't care. Except he'll just be a bit more vocal about it.
He will happily, actively try and piss people off and enjoy it immensely.
Yeah. As long as it's the right people, Russell. As long as it is the homophobes and the racists.
Yes.
Great. But yeah, this one I'm just excited. I'm just excited for all Doctor Who. But what do you think is happening in the Giggle? Do you think it's another standalone? Do you think it's another run-of-the-mill adventure, or do you think it's going to have more undertones to it? I guess is it going to have a big "they're saving Gallifrey" moment? Is this where this is going to come in, or is that Wild Blue Yonder?
I think that will be Wild Blue Yonder, if anything. I feel like maybe this will be a bit more a basic story again. With they're bringing a classic villain back for the first time.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah, the vibes of it's a regeneration story. It's
you want it to feel like momentous, and I think based on like the trailer we got fairly recently with all the stuff that I am assuming is from the Giggle in there, it does feel quite epic, and I think this is like a very action heavy one. Probably like unit heavy, probably some Kate Stewart in this one, and seeing how that all unfolds with the toy maker.
Mel, maybe. Maybe. Not confirmed, but maybe.
Unless you watch the trailer.
Only the widescreen Disney Plus trailer, not the short ones for anyone else.
It's still a trailer.
So
I think it won't be as crazy as Wild Blue Yonder, but I don't think we need 2 Wild Blue Yonders in a row based on what they've been saying about Wild Blue Yonder. I find it so hard to say Wild Blue Yonder. So I'm going to
stop. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I think judging by what David and Russell were saying on the one show is that they've said that they're distinctly like different vibes, all 3 of these. It seems to be anyway. So it sounds like episode 1's gonna be like the homely, cozy sort of this is nice type thing. Episode 2 is gonna be the what the fuck is going on kind of thing. And then episode 3 is just gonna be depression throughout. I think, and just sadness, especially if it's got that we assume Wilf is going to be in there. We assume there's going to be consequences for Donna. Maybe there's obviously going to be consequences for the 14th Doctor.
Russell is absolutely the man who will make the saddest shit you've ever seen and call it the Giggle.
100%. And it's not like he's someone that will come out and be like, oh yeah, no one's going to die, everyone's going to live. Because he's done the emotional stuff where people have, had their hearts torn out and been left.
And then brings
admittedly, later on he will change it. Yeah, later on he'll change it. But at the time, even thinking about the series 1 finale, that's super emotional, and that's yet to be undone. The series 1 finale, series 2 obviously series 2 with Doomsday, obviously that's heartbreaking. Even though Rose comes back 2 years later, I still think that's one of the most emotional stories that the show's sort of done. Series 3, it's fine.
Martha's
that one's
fine.
Not the most emotional. Yeah, Martha's just like
it worked out fine for Martha.
Yeah, and then obviously series 4, that's also super emotional with Donna losing memories, and even just the Doctor in general losing pretty much all of his friends and just going separate ways. And then End of Time, obviously that is another one that lives on in the memory for a lot of people of being super sad. Whereas I think most of sort of Moffat and Chibnall's stuff, end of series finales, were kind of very uplifting. They always seem to end on a yay, rather than most of Russell's ending on a which
they would end on a and then what?
Yeah. It would then on a tease.
It does bring you up.
Yeah.
Like, don't be too depressed because there's still more to come.
You've got to come back.
Please don't stop watching because it was so sad. Please.
You've got to come back and watch the Doctor kill spider babies. That's what you want. Come on.
It's like at the end of Jenny's End, we're all like, oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And it just ends like,
Okay. Oh god. Or at least the Sidemen didn't pop up behind him like they were supposed to. God, could you?
Yeah,
imagine?
thank God for
Horrific.
that Doctor Who magazine writer. He was like, Russell, please no.
Please
can't
stop
do
this.
this.
This is bad. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to end, and how it's going to lead into obviously Shooty's era, which will probably start. At least it's pretty much been confirmed due to Disney Plus listings.
Yeah.
Starting on the 25th of December, which is a mere 3 weeks, I think. 2 weeks maybe. I think it's 2 weeks between episodes.
Something like
Ish.
that.
Like I think it's like 15, 16 days. Yeah, we get the church on Ruby Road, I believe it is.
I think so. Yes.
Which will obviously see the introduction, or at least it probably won't be the introduction of Shooty, judging by the clip. We'll probably see him in the 60th stuff, but you'll see his first adventure, maybe a generation story. Obviously the introduction of Ruby there, and then that plays into series 4. Wow, series 14. Series 1. Although IMDb still has it as series 14, so I'm going to keep calling it 14 for now.
It must be true. I will call it 14 no matter what they call it.
Yeah. Until BBC iPlayer put it out there and it says 1-1, I will call it 14.
Well, BBC iPlayer are already wrong about things.
They really do ruin it. Flux series 13 Flux includes the specials, by the way. It includes Power of the Doctor. That's in Flux. So just so you know. But yeah, that goes into Shooty's first series. What are you kind of expecting from that one? We've seen a bit on filming on location. We know it's only, I think, 8 episodes long. We know he's got a lot of outfit choices, a lot of guest characters.
Hell yeah.
What are you hoping for? Are you hoping for? Well, my one question to you is: do you think there'll be any returning villains in this? Well, I've got 2 questions. Do you think there'll be any returning villains in this in his first series, or do you think it's going to go Chibnall-esque with no one new?
Well, can we talk about maybe things?
maybe,
because make me think. Yes, we will be seeing some returning things. But I think it will be mostly new stuff, as most series are, to be honest. But I do think we'll get maybe something. Maybe not more than like one returning villain or whatever. So we'll see. But yeah, I think we'll get something.
And my next question is: if you could bring back any Doctor Who villain, anyone, which one's coming back for Shooty's first series, or at least the second series?
Oh, heck! You've really dropped that on me. The Cigarettes.
Interesting. That's a nice rogue choice. I like that. Yeah. I think I would like that.
My mind often wanders to the Cigarettes. What are they up to now? I mean, the ones that weren't blown up. The people back on the planet waiting for their friends and family to come home.
To come back.
It's like,
Oh, is Daddy coming home soon?
Yeah. Ooh. What I would give to see Shooty have a sword fight with the Cigarettes.
That'd be nice, to be fair. Yeah, that'd be good. If you read one of the Doctor Who comics with, I think, the Martha, there's a big boy Cigarettes in there. That's a fun one.
It's just a cool design, and I think they look even cooler in the 2023 version of that costume.
Yeah, definitely.
I just think they're neat.
Yeah.
Are they special because they've only been in it once? Maybe, but we'll find out, won't we? When they inevitably come back. Now that I've said
there's a lot of time where we've been like, oh.
If not, the Pating. It's their time.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. My obvious go-to is the Slitheen, naturally.
I was going to say Slitheen, but I was like, Connor will say Slitheen, so I won't.
Yeah, I think that's my go-to. But at the same time, I think I'd like to see a new Vashta Nerada story. I think
that's a very good shout. That's a very good shout.
And if they want to do a nice little spooky one as well, because we've already had them in the future, but we could have them if you set them in like a period location where electronic lights are far and few between, and they've got to rely on candles. You could have some cool stuff with that. So
Jonathan Groff in his first scene is just killed by Vashta Nerada.
Yeah. Hi, I'm the skeleton. Immediately gone. Oh, terrible. I do think this is sort of going off into what may be coming. I do think we are getting a musical episode. I
agree.
I don't know what it is, but they've just been saying we're doing stuff we've never done before, different formats we've not done before. I think Russell just said that one of the 2 people from Strictly Come Dancing are in an episode.
Yes.
And we've obviously got Jinx Monsoon, who has recently been in Rent, and is obviously known for music, and Jonathan Groff, also known for obviously Hamilton and Frozen. I think the musical's coming up.
Costumes like a piano.
It's like a piano. It looks like a piano thing there. Yeah.
I think it's got to be. It's got to be.
Yeah. They have
Gotta be
to.
in
And
it.
if he hasn't already done it, he must have been when everyone was going, "Oh, musical episode." He must have been going, "That's a good idea." Right, I'm writing
Write
it
that down. Write that down.
Yeah,
We've got
literally.
Disney now. They can write the songs.
Yeah, that's true. We can get those Disney, we can get those Hamilton writers in. Get Lin-Manuel. Come on, you
Yeah.
can write it. You can be in it.
And we saw them like.
Um,
Oh, actually, that's kind of set stuff, isn't it? But you know, the iconic like Abbey Road Beatles thing. We saw
Yeah,
some
yeah,
filming
yeah.
on there and a bit of
hmm
very like
Yeah,
dancey characters
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
So
That would be nice.
maybe.
And then following on from that, which again they haven't officially confirmed, so this is still going off set things. Naturally, if you don't want to hear about it, turn off. Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid appears to be in the second series of Shooties as well. He seems to have just popped in. I don't know how they managed to get him. Hot off Little Mermaid.
That's how they got him. And
Yeah,
the BBC drama he was just in as well.
Yeah. And it seems as if he's going to be Ruby's love interest, which has always gone well for the love interest of companions. They've always had a cheery, except for maybe Rory, but even then, Rory still got zapped back in time by a weeping angel.
Yeah, it's not going to go well, but I will enjoy him while he's here. He was very good in The Little Mermaid. I haven't seen anything. I don't think I've seen him in anything else before, but he's excellent. So I am very excited for that.
It's good that's a thing, and hopefully he'll stay on and be one of the ones that sort of continues, which would be nice. It'd be nice to get that sort of done, that companion dynamic back. I think I've always liked it when a sort of a couple travel with a doctor. I always think that's a fun dynamic, and I think they did that really well in series 6.
If he becomes a companion, that's it for me. It's over for me.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's the end. And then the other thing as well, which I think was fairly recently mentioned, I'm just scattergunning all over the place here. Has been Finney and whether or not she has a future in the show. I think Russell has recently said in an interview that he enjoyed working with her so much, so it's likely that she'll pop up again.
Yeah, I read a quote from him yesterday being like, she has more appearances to come. So
yes.
I'm going to say, I think she has a future on the show.
Yes, I think so.
Does that mean Donna has one? I don't know.
No, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Maybe he's planning a Doctor and Rose spin-off, but this is the Doctor and Rose spin-off, not the one that everyone wants.
All the fans have been like, we want a Rose spin-off. Okay then.
There you go.
You asked for it.
Yeah. But I think that'd be good. I think from I watched the clip that she's in that they released today. I think she seems really, she really sells the part, I think, of a daughter.
Yeah, she's. I think she's fantastic. She's great in Heartstopper. I'm more than happy to get as much as her as they can get.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it expands the show. I think I like the idea that they're opening it up so that more characters could just sort of pop in and out when they kind of think, oh yeah, wouldn't it be fun if so and so came back in and did all this? I think that's what I've always liked when the show does, especially when they're not there like oh yay, here we are for 5 minutes, goodbye, and then leave. When they come in like School Reunion, where they come in and they have a proper role to play in the show, whether that's like Power of the Doctor, where they both had roles to play in that, Kate Stewart in Flux, where she had a role to play. Admittedly, most of it was with the Grand Serpent, but she had a role to play. It's fine. But when they sort of come back in and they have something substantial, I really like, rather than just a sort of over here. Right. Yeah, which maybe hopefully that won't be Mel in the 60th, unlike her trailer shot where she is stood in the background. Doing nothing.
Her stuff is just so spoilery they simply can't show anything else.
Yeah, it's because most of the stuff is her and Free Regimen. That's what it is. That's why they can't show anything else. Yeah.
Oh, she's on the Shooty's on the bike driving her to Martha's house.
Yes. Yeah. Could you imagine? God, the dream. But yeah, I think that's kind of it. A lot of stuff's happened today. With it being the 23rd, a lot of stuff's come out today as well. They've released that new illustrated novelization of Rose. Which I was going to get, but it's like £25. So I was like, oh, I'll wait for a little bit, thank you, till it comes down in price. It looks really nice from what they
the illustrations are
about
nice.
it.
There's a very
really
sassy
nice
picture of Nine with the bomb, like, ooh. It really made me laugh.
Yeah, it looks.
What am
great.
I like?
Gonna blow the building.
Oh, so crazy.
Whoopsie daisy. Hashtag slay. But yeah, I think that's great. They revealed the cover art for the Steelbook, which was fine. I always like the Steelbook cover art. It's, again, I think because they've got to reveal it now, they can't really put anything too spoilery on there. So all of the posters have featured basically Neil Patrick Harris, Meep,
Yeah.
Wrath Warriors.
There's nothing Well Blue Yonder on that DVD case.
No, not even the little robot. I think the little robot's only on the Target artwork, I think, for that one book.
It's on like one of the posters, isn't it? That they did like the 3 posters.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then
think
that
that's what
poster's
it's
the
on.
basis for the Target one. So I think it's still
Oh, right, okay.
that one piece of
It's
art.
the same image of it, I think. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, and also the other thing that they announced is the Target novelizations of each episode digitally will be out day after.
It's quite close, isn't it?
Either way, they'll be digitally out, but the physical versions won't come out till January, and the physical versions are going to have blue covers, which really annoys me. They're all these nice paper white ones, and these are going to be blue, and I'm like, ooh, this is a bad choice. I'm not a fan of this, but we'll see how they look on the shelf. As long as but then even if the spine's a normal color, it's going to look weird. So I don't know what.
We'll see.
We'll see. They might
You have to
fine.
get some custom sleeves made for them.
Yeah, I'll have to rip them off and just. I'll draw
like
myself
when,
and just.
Like when some of the classic series, like DVD releases, were a bit different, and people would like print off new versions so that they all matched. You have to do that.
Terrible. Yeah, I will. I will do that.
I will,
Russell. I'll do it. And I'll send it to you on Instagram every time. And like, Russell, look what you made me do. Till you block me. Oh God, terrible. But yeah, that's about it. They announced a new Doctor Who podcast as well, which is going to be like an after show type thing. Not Doctor Who the after show. No, not that one. But it will have
basically,
the same host.
Yeah.
Just in audio form, maybe, unless they do it video as well.
They probably did both, yeah. Well, they said it's on the YouTube channel, so I imagine that will be like an
video
thing,
yeah.
and audio.
Yeah, which is fine. I think that if they want to do that, that's great.
Podcasts are a big thing.
Yeah,
so
Juno Dawson is on it. Who is obviously the writer of Redacted and the Good Doctor book, novel, a 13 novel. So I might tune in every now and then, and just see if there's anything. I think it'll be mainly if they're going to be pushing the boat out in terms of what they're talking about. I think if it's going to be because it is the official one, if it's going to be very sort of tame and very filtered, I think it's probably going to be a no.
Yeah. I think it's going to have to be, really, isn't it? I don't think they can.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Especially when it's going on the official YouTube channel.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying like, they need to swear, but I mean like they need to be able to be like,
let Crystal D say fuck.
Yeah, exactly. But like they need to be more than just, I wonder if the Daleks. I think just a bit more, and they obviously won't be able to be critical if they don't like. Well, I don't think they'll be able to be critical if they didn't like it. So
no, definitely not.
This is the other thing.
If they do, it's the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But it's fine. I might tune in. I'll see what happens when they come out of it, and obviously Doctor Who Unleashed will also be coming out as well. Which by all accounts looks good. From what they showed of it for Children in Need, it had a lot of fun. Had some good vibes. Stephen Powell looked like he was having a blast. So that's the main thing. That's nice. So all that's left to do is bring back Totally Doctor Who, Russell. Come on, give the people what they want.
Russell, please.
It's already going to be top of the BBC iPlayer charts because of me. I'm just going to keep watching it on repeat constantly.
Okay.
And just getting terrible screenshots like Noel Clark, he loves our sofa. Horrific. He thought that was a good idea. Oh, terrible. But yeah, I think that's it. We'll be back after the episode airs to have a little chat about it and see how it goes, see how right we were with any theories, see if anything's shocked us so far. Yeah. So unfortunately, that will probably mean that the next episode review will be paused for now. I think that's Robot of Sherwood, isn't it? I'm sorry, Robot of Sherwood.
I'm so desperate to talk about how much I love Robot of Sherwood and how
we'll see you in a few weeks. Robot of Sherwood. Hopefully, if we're back with Robot of Sherwood before the third special airs, the specials have not done very well. That'll be a sign of the times. But it'll be fine. But yeah, I think that's it for now. And yeah, we'll see you after the Star Beast.
My God.
Bye.